As to who in the family should be contacted or be the point person in a wrongful death action, it's a good question that arises. Ultimately, when an estate is created, and by that I mean when the will is found and taken to the courthouse and filed, a personal representative will then be appointed according to the will. And in the will will name an executor, which is the male version of that term, or executrix, which is the female version of that term, as the personal representative of the estate. In every will that I've ever seen, there is an appointed person in the will to be the contact person, to be the person who's in control of the case. Short of that, before that's done, the point person in the case is really an informal point person. There is no one that has the legal authority to do really anything on behalf of the estate. If there is no will, then the courthouse then will assign a person based upon how close of a relative they were. There is a whole list, ladder of priority as to who can control an estate, who the point person is, depending on how close of a relative you were, whether you first a wife, children, parents, things of that nature. So if there's no will, there still needs to be an administrator of the estate, a point person. And so the court will take a look at that and appoint someone. But before all that's done, generally and formally, the family as a whole should be discussing the matter. If they're discussing with a lawyer, there is no formal point person, but it sometimes coalesces around one or two people. What's interesting, though, is that in a wrongful death case, you can't formally hire an attorney on behalf of the estate until an estate is created, until these filings occur. So there is no formal agreement between the lawyer and the family until a personal representative is appointed by the court. So under those circumstances, the lawyer, until that's done, is acting informally to immediately investigate the case while that is being done. And sometimes, depending on the circumstances, it can take some time. So the lawyer will get involved also in the estate part of it and making sure the point person is assigned as soon as possible. If you believe you have a wrongful death case, give our office a call. We'll be happy to help.